Hi, my name is Joseph Walls. I'm the owner and instructor for Acoustic Walls and the inventor of the Mojo. I'd like to show you how it works. So the Mojo is a diagram that lays out the chords and the notes of every single mode. In this middle band, every single major chord is laid out and arranged in fifths. Every major chord is also attached to its relative minor. This naturally lays out every one of the minor chords in whole step increments, and then each overlapping chord family contains its own respective diminished chord, which naturally lays those out in whole step increments as well. Simply using the slider to identify the chord family that you want to work with. In this instance, the downward facing arrowhead is outlining the chord family whose scale 1 degree chord is C. This upward facing arrowhead is outlining the chord family whose scale 1 degree chord is A. Every single scale degree is labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And for the upward facing arrowhead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The names of the modes are also labeled, so the chord family for C Ionian is the same chord family for G Mixolydian. And in this chord family, we notice that the chord family for A Ionian is the same as E Mixolydian or D Lydian. Simply move this to isolate different chord families, and in this case now the upward facing arrowhead is identifying C as the root chord for the Mixolydian mode. There are anomalies that take place in this diagram as well. For every upward facing major chord, the trapezoid that is up and to the right outlines the major chord triad. So in this case, this trapezoid here gives you the notes C, E, and G as your triad for the major chord C. For downward facing major chords, such as A, down and to the right would be the trapezoid that would give you the three notes that make up the major chord A, C sharp, and E. Further still, all of the diminished chords are color-coded. The root note for every diminished chord in the tan triangles give you the four notes to make the diminished 7 chord that is named in each of these triangles, and so forth with every corresponding color that moves in its own diagonal patterns. So for a C diminished 7 chord, the notes would be C, A, F sharp, and D sharp. In like fashion for the 3D model, the downward facing arrowhead outlines the chord family, and here we see that D is a scale 1 degree chord of this chord family. To switch to a different chord family, simply turn the inside cylinder. Now we're outlining C as the scale 1 chord here, and we have all the modes still listed: D Dorian, E Phrygian, etc. If we want to work with C as the scale 4 or scale 5 degree chord, then we simply turn to the upward facing arrowhead on the opposite side of the model. There's C Lydian, and there's C Mixolydian, of course with their corresponding scale degree chords in the chord family. The band of fifths, every major chord attached to its relative minor, all of the minor chords laid out in whole step increments, and all of the diminished chords also laid out in whole step increments. So there you are. I hope that you enjoy using the Mojo and it becomes a great tool in your private studio, in your classroom, wherever you use it. A music theory tool created by a guitar player, accessible to absolutely everybody.